Welcome to the entertainment segment of Impact. I am your host, John Russell Cring, independent filmmaker. This is my second term. This is my second year hosting the entertainment section. And like all second terms, this is when we're going to get all of the controversies. And I'm already starting to interview interns. Who knows what is going to happen in this second term? I have with me a very special guest, Miss Shelley Thomas.
Hello.
How are you doing, Shelley?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Impact.
Impact! Oh, it does. There should be like, you know what I want? Huldah, from now on, I want the whole screen to shake.
I think it should.
Maybe we could do it together. Okay, Impact!
I was going to shake a little, though, can't you?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Exactly. It looks like we're having some sort of spasm or something.
We need a sound effect.
Yes,
right.
exactly. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And you are an actress from New York City?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
You're from the city.
I'm from
You're
the city.
up
I live
here.
in Harlem.
You didn't tell anybody that you were coming to Upstate because there's a problem with that, isn't there? They don't like us down there.
Oh, they don't? Well, I went to Syracuse University.
Oh,
so
okay.
I have an affinity for the upstate, the central New York, capital region.
You know what I like to say? There's more fruit in the Big Apple than just the Big Apple.
Oh,
think about that.
Very cute.
Think about that. We got kumquats up here,
Okay,
something like that.
right.
It's star fruit.
Good apple picking.
Exactly.
I did that this season.
You are starring in David Mamet's Race, which
Yes.
is at Cap Rep.
It is, yes. We just opened a couple nights ago, and we have about a month run. So we are chugging away.
That is super. That is super exciting because I think for the rest of this interview, since we're talking about David Mamet, we should repeat things over and over.
Okay, right.
We should repeat
in a very
things
quick manner.
In a very quick manner.
With some
Go to lunch.
punctuation.
Go to lunch.
No.
Go to lunch,
Why?
Shelley.
Why? I say why in this play very
Why?
many times.
Why?
My character
Why?
in. I do.
What is that?
It's a lot of
Where
questioning.
does the Mamet speak come from? Do you have any idea as far as the history? I mean,
You know what? I don't. Maybe I should because I'm in the play, but not particularly the history. But I know for sure it's something that actors, at least this actor, is thrilled to do because it's a challenge, to really first of all be on top of your game.
right. There's no ad-libbing in a David Mamet play.
No, because he wouldn't want to because it really is all there. I mean, we've talked about as a cast and the director Maggie Mancinelli Cahill that the script that he gives you is it's like a musical score, and I'm also a musical person, musical theater, and a singer.
Right.
And it's really wonderful to be digging into just a really intense straight play right now, but it is kind of fun to do something that has sort of its own rhythm and it's musical in a way because you have to know more than just the lines.
I like that. I like that. That's something I do in some of my acting classes is that I talk about how the words that you use in music, allegro, tempo, things like that, they're the same things in acting.
Right.
I mean, like I was talking to this actress once and I was like, okay, I really want you to kind of, feel the part. And then you want it faster.
Right.
Yes,
like the quick
that's
way of
what
saying
I wanted.
it. Right.
Yes.
But it's always
I was
nice.
trying to explain to you in a way and she just said, faster.
Right. She's interpreting.
Exactly.
You're trying to give a way, though, that just doesn't say, I just want you to talk faster.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to go in a more symbolic
But generally
way.
speaking, faster and slower and,
Hey,
softer
faster,
and
louder.
Those are the words.
It's the way.
That
It's
you
the
use,
way.
to find character.
And you have to be heard on stage.
Right.
I mean, and with a Mamet play, you really do have to be heard. People have to hear your words. I mean, we've all been working on our diction, and go back to your training days,
Right.
whatever that means.
It's almost a modern Shakespeare, isn't it?
Yes, and it's in its own way, and it's a new cycle of plays for
Right.
American actors. Well, not just, I guess, British as well, because they're invading.
Those damn Brits,
I know,
they
right?
always.
But I love the.
Well,
British
they have
shows.
the bad teeth, so they can't speak as well.
I won't comment on that, but
Your teeth are
I love
lovely,
their
by the way,
shows.
Shelley.
Oh well, thank you.
We steal all
Thank
their
you so
shows.
much. Right,
So,
yeah.
talk to me a little bit about. First of all, is this one of Mamet's earlier plays, or?
No, it's actually a recent one. It was on
Okay.
Broadway. Don't quote me, but I believe it was 2009. I
Right
think.
now, I'm quoting Shelley. It was 2009.
2009. It's going to be on the internet.
house on that. It's 2009. Go ahead.
So we'll say it's 2009. New York. I believe it had a tryout in Chicago.
Okay.
and then they brought it to New York, and so it's one of his more recent ones.
Is it set in modern time?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
Can you give me a little bit of an idea? Obviously, let me guess. Is it something about race?
It's something about race.
All right. See,
I guess
that's why they don't pay me the big bucks.
You're really intuitive there.
Thank you.
But it could, but some people actually have seen the title and gone, "Oh, is it a marathon? Something about running?"
Those
marathon?
are stupid people. Don't listen to them.
So they can, if they think that, they come see it, then
Right.
great. But it is the quick. I'll try to be have some brevity with this summary here. But the quick and dirty is that an executive is accused of raping a woman, a black woman. And he's looking for legal representation. He comes into this law firm where there's a black lawyer, a white lawyer, and then also me, the role of Susan, who is their new associate, young,
Right.
just out of law school. And from there ensues just a very vivid, honest conversation on race, sex, just any issue in American history that you can think of, and modern issues. It basically comes up, and everybody has a very strong point of view.
What is your what is your general character's take?
Well, I am I'm just out of law school. I'm fresh, young, eager, passionate, very much seeking justice. Wanting
Right.
to be that ideal lawyer, and I have, it's just a young person who is ready to take on the world, and I have this wonderful new job, and I basically am there to I challenge a lot of the views that I'm getting from the other lawyers, and we have it's a very interesting relationship between the three lawyers there. You've got the two partners and the one young one, and you think, so there's two black lawyers at the firm, and you think maybe, they might align with their views. Right. That doesn't really happen.
One of the lawyers is played by my friend Kevin Craig West. He was actually the star of a movie that I recently
Great.
did.
I was going to ask you if you were obviously familiar up in the filmmaker land of
yeah. Well, I
Albany
love Kevin. He's a consummate actor. He's probably one of the most well-known, local actors in the area.
Yeah.
What's it been like working with him? Had you ever worked with him before?
No, I hadn't. Was not familiar, and now I'm just he's like one of the kings of the area.
He's the
along
king of the
with you.
kumquat. He is. He's the kumquat king. We have him. There's a crown and everything. It's awesome.
But it's great. It's great to be learning about all of the filmmaking that he's doing up here. It's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I called him actually a Renaissance man because he just has so many talents.
He
I feel
makes
like it's
films, produces, directs, and
yeah,
everything.
and then he does all these. He made these really cool opening night cards for us that I was very impressed with. So he's a craft person.
Right, exactly.
But he's great. It's fantastic. He's extremely talented and
I
so much fun.
have friends in the city, and one of them she's an actress. Believe it or not, I have friends. I know it's shocking, but she's an actress, and she travels to, for example, to Virginia, and she'll go there for 3 or 4 weeks. She'll live with another family. They'll put her up, and it's not a glamorous life being an on-the-road actress. Now, maybe you're a little bit higher up than that, but what is that like for you?
It depends on the situation too. You sort of have to get your mindset around the fact that sometimes you're going to be away from home.
Right.
And
are you married?
I'm married. Yes, I am married to another actor.
How does he handle it?
We just, technology too. You got Skype. You can see each other. He's working on a play right now, so we're, part of it. Yeah, it's hard to be away from home, be away from each other, but we're just happy that we're both working too. And and when you go for the right play, the right project, I sort of, when I got cast in this, it was just not really a huge decision to make because it was like, well, it's David Mamet and it's race, and I want to do it. But Capital Rep though has been an amazing host. So I have the company management there and the whole staff. They're just very welcoming and warm, and and so I think it depends on where you go, how the situation ends up being, and what type of person you are. I'm a homebody. I love to be home, but it's great to be away and working. And I've been on tour. Actually, here I did rent at Proctors. Actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so in the area.
5,100 million minutes thing. Yeah,
right.
I know that song.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So it depends. It's it's not always a glamorous life that we people think it might be. Oh, it's so exciting, you're traveling. But, you know, I also, on the flip side, I've gotten to go to some pretty amazing places around the world, too. And I've been to South Africa to do a play, and that was, you know, to take that all in as just a person who just, you know, had the chance to go to a new continent. For me, you know, is pretty cool.
It's an interesting point in this year, especially with the Oscars coming out, because Lincoln, you know, is nominated. Django Unchained, whatever you think about that.
Yeah,
is there a new conversation about race that is being spurred right now, in your opinion?
I believe so. Yeah. You know, sort of that term postmodern. Racism has been tossed around, and you know, once Obama got elected, our wonderful president, and yeah, I definitely didn't think like from one day to the next, oh, we're done, it's over. No, I think the conversation has shifted to something different, and it's a new conversation, and a show like this can bring it to the forefront again and get people talking. Let's just talk about it. Let's be honest. Let's not hide it.
Isn't that the best part about seeing a movie or watching a play, is going out to the bar and not just drinking, which always is fun.
Yeah, and then he can get the conversation
just getting
going.
That, you know, getting the different opinions. It's like, well, I really feel like, you know, that, you know, what she said had something. I mean, that is, you know, that's what art's supposed to do. It's supposed to spark ideas.
I agree, and that's what I hope our play does each night. You know, before I go out on stage, that's one thought I have to myself. You know, I hope we just get to do it, and people listen, react, and talk about it with each other that night, the next morning, for the next week. Talk about it on Facebook, Twitter, what have you. You know, do it all.
Nice. It's
fun.
Where can people see it, and when can people see it?
Okay, so Capitol Rep on 111 North Pearl Street, right in Albany, downtown Albany. We are running until February 10th, Sunday, February 10th. We have Mondays off, so every day except Monday, we're doing the play. We have matinees on Saturdays as well, and Sundays. And
what are you doing after this?
Well, we have a little break. We have a little hiatus, as they say in the business. And then we're going to Vermont to do the same play at a theater called Northern Stage in White River Junction, Vermont, which I've never been to. So that's another exciting place.
Can you keep it fresh, doing the same play every night?
That's part of theater and being in a play, is keeping it fresh. I mean, I think when you're doing something that has a limited run, and, you know, we don't have too long of a run, so it's not as hard. When you're doing something maybe 6 months, a year, I mean, some people have been in plays for years and years, 5 years or so. That I can see how that can start to be hard, and you have to sort of play games with yourself. But
Shelley, that's a little bit personal.
Maybe we should go back.
I want to apologize. Let's edit that out. Shelley's not playing any games with herself. Go ahead.
Theater games. But when you have a fun cast, I have a great group of actors. Wynn Harmon plays the executive, and J. Anthony Cring plays the other lawyer in the firm. And there's 4 of us. You know, it's a small, fun cast. We have a great time off stage, just having fun. And so that that's what makes it sort of easy, I think, to every night just go out. And it's a 90-minute show. I should mention that too. 90-minute, no intermission. So it's fast-paced. So really, you can come in and just sit back.
But because it's David Mamet, there are actually only 7 lines that are said in those 90 minutes. They're just said 106 times.
Right, exactly. Same kind of vocabulary.
Race. Why, race.
It's true. We say race
Black
a couple
people.
times.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Shelley. You are a delight, and I'm going to get your card and try to get you involved in movies.
I would love it. Bring me back up.
Absolutely.
I'd be happy to.
And thanks again for being with us on Impact. And, you know, keep an eye out. I assure you I will have some big-time controversies that I will be starting on this show, and I'll be kicked off probably by the 4th episode.
Proctors, bringing the best in arts, education, and entertainment.